Hello. So you must be wondering, what in the world is this? Well, this is a platter of breakfast options. I'm doing this today because a lot of people have asked me, how can I have a healthy breakfast? There's donuts and there's muffins all around me. I just cannot figure out how I can make breakfast more fun than donuts and you know, the usual stuff that we see. Well, so that's why I'm doing this today, because I want to show you that there's several options. Variety is the spice of life, but we always have to make sure that we're eating foods that are nourishing for the body. So I have my typical grocery shopping here. So I'm going to do 3 series. This is breakfast. I'll do one for lunch and I'll do one for dinner. Again, this is just what I do. So feel free to pick what works for you, right? You know what allergies that you might have or your family, but I want you to just have an open mind and don't condemn anything without giving it a shot. Maybe 1, 2, 3, play around with it and just make sure that you have a balanced meal. Another thing I want you to pay attention to is the fact that when you're eating your breakfast really should be whole as possible and balanced. So whole means nothing taken from it, nothing added to it. So no artificial flavors, no preservatives. All those things affect our gut microbiome. So you really want it to be as whole as possible, and balanced is so important. You want it to be balanced because if it is not balanced, you're just going to have, if all you're eating is just carbs, then you're not going to have any protective layer over it and you're just going to spike up your sugar. So you want to have healthy fats and you want to have your protein to make it balanced. So let's get started. Let me show you some examples of breakfast options. Suddenly, I will start from where I am. Cereal has gotten a bad rap, and rightfully so. Everything has sugar these days, so you have to be a label reader. You have to read and see what your foods have. So there are some options of cereals that are better than others, but when you pick your cereal, please just make sure that it has fiber. And the rule of thumb is at least 3 grams of fiber, you know, for any serving size. If it's less than that, then it's not worth your time. Same thing with protein. You want to make sure at least it's more than 5 grams. And since everything typically has sugar, you want to make sure that you don't have more than, if anything at all, not more than 1 teaspoon of sugar, which is about 4 grams, okay? I have my measuring utensils right here. So you want to have these to measure. So these brands, the Farmland, its sugar content is, it's about 2 teaspoons, but again, it's just an option, okay? And this other one is Cashy Go. I like this because it's very crunchy, but again, pay attention to the serving size. You do not want to eat too much. If it's more than a serving size, the serving size is usually 3/4 of a cup. So have your measuring. I remember when I used to eat tons of cereal, I would go back for more and more. And then pay attention to your milk. You know, if you're doing plant-based, certainly that's my preferred option. Make sure that it has protein in it. You might want to add some protein powder, healthy protein powder. If you need information on how to select a healthy protein powder, please let me know and I can send that information to you. So cereal is one. Oatmeal is fantastic. Some people don't like the texture, but the good news is that with oatmeal, you can make it overnight. You can make it into a protein, an oatmeal bar. What else can you do with oatmeal? Tons of delicious things. So, you know, have fun with it. Make it in the oven. I have a friend that didn't like oatmeal, didn't eat it for years, but when she did overnight, she enjoyed it. My kids enjoy the bar, so we can mix it with some bananas, right? So you smash bananas, put as many fruits as you like, put your oatmeal over it, put your peanut butter, and then bake it. I mean, fantastic. There's so many things. Of course, you see my spices here. Spices really make your food delicious, especially cinnamon. When you talk about cinnamon, nutmeg, you can put that in your oatmeal. All right, what else do I have here? Yogurt, yeah? So I loved yogurt. I really did. And I still love yogurt. It's just that now I'm learning to read my labels. I used to take yogurt and it will have tons of sugar. I mean, almost 3-4 teaspoons of sugar. So now I can actually have plain yogurt. Like this one I like. It's the cashew, creamy cashew. And I pay attention to, if I, like you say, 4 grams of protein, there's no added sugar. What I do is I sweeten it with my fruits, my strawberries, right? My blueberries. I can sweeten it on my own. I can add even protein to add to the protein, right? Because I want more protein to increase my muscle fiber, my healthy fats. In this, it's a mixture of chia seeds, it's flax seeds, all of this. I put it in my yogurt to make it fun and exciting. That's a breakfast option because you want to eat breakfast that will keep you full, will keep you, mental clarity. You're at your peak. Yeah, so those are options. Let's see, what else do we have here? So yogurts, oatmeal, cereal. These are all these superfoods that you can add. Gogi Buddies are lovely omega-3s, fiber. You can actually make a chia seed pudding with it. I don't know if you like chia seed pudding, but I've seen so many ways that you can do. Just play around with it. So with chia seeds, you can actually, make it overnight as well. And then when you make it overnight, you just add whatever you want to add into it. Peanut butter, put your toppings. I've seen where they put nuts at the top, healthy fats, but again, portion control. So I've already given you 4 options. Now, what are the things? The question is, how do you make it a complete meal? Veggies, right? So your veggies, you can have it on the side. So like over here, I have my bell pepper. Bell pepper, my son loves his bell pepper, so you can have 2 or 3 bell peppers. If you want to have some tomatoes, just to make sure it's balanced. Another way that you can make it balanced is smoothies. Whenever I make smoothies, I make sure that I balance it up. So you have your veggie, right? So it could either be spinach. I have some spinach here. Yeah, here it is, my frozen spinach, or it could be kale, or a regular, depending on how you want it to taste. So you would have your cup of your spinach, which again, like I said, you use your measuring. Let me bring my measuring stuff right here by my side. So, okay, so this is a full cup, yeah. So you do that, and then you can put maybe half a banana or a banana, and your berries. I love berries because it's really good, brain health. Just whichever berries you can include that into your smoothie, add your powder for protein, add your healthy fats, flax seeds, all of that. That makes it a balanced meal. Some people still miss the eating and chewing, so you can just drink half of that smoothie, and then the other half have a breakfast meal that you can chew, and then eat the other half, drink the other half later in the afternoon. So there's so much that you can do that will keep you full and not hungry. Okay, now let's talk about sandwiches, because sandwiches is another option. And people tend to, there's always this all or nothing mentality. So carbs is not the enemy, to be honest. It's just what carbs you're eating that matters. Okay, if you're eating the right carbs, whole grain carbs, then you're fine, because it has the content, it has the fiber, it has everything that it needs. But if you're eating just white flour, white bread, white rice, white pasta, they've already taken out the fiber. So you see with this, I love these. This is sandwich thins. And so here it has 7 grams of protein, right, for a serving size. You have 4 grams of fiber. Anything more than 3, if you remember I said, is not bad. And then your protein, anything more than 5 grams is not bad. But, everything has sugar. I was surprised to learn that bread also has sugar. But this actually just has 2 grams. So it's not even up to a teaspoon of sugar. So for the amount of protein that I'm going to get in it, I'm happy with it. So again, avocado is a healthy fat. There were some studies that show that if you just even eat an avocado, half an avocado a day, you're actually increasing your lifespan, decreasing chronic related lifestyle diseases. So that's so important. Let me see, what else do I have here? Granola is very tricky because they usually have a lot of sugar in it, so you can make your own. Really, the recipes are enormous. You can Google anywhere, you get those recipes. But this has protein and it has fiber. I like to add this into my yogurt. Let's see, what else do I have here? Eggs. Yeah, you can, if you eat eggs, I'll say don't eat too much eggs. Even though it's a whole protein, there's still all this controversy about eggs and how much you should eat. We know suddenly that it does have cholesterol, but the body naturally makes cholesterol. So as long as you're not eating, from what I've seen studies because of the protein, that at least I try my best not to eat more than 3 or 4 a week. I know some people that on one sitting will eat 4 or 5 eggs. Again, be mindful of the cholesterol. If you already have cholesterol problems, you really have to be careful with that. And again, you have to make sure the chicken, how they're raised, because that really matters. So with eggs, I boil them. I put them in my, in my sandwich. I could do that, or I could saute it with my veggies. All right, my veggies could be red onions. Red onions are fantastic. They're the better option because of all the phytonutrients that are in it. So I would saute it with mushrooms, with red onions, and have a really nice meal. I can put that in my sandwich, and I would always have like my lettuce as my veggie. And you want that to be an abundant amount, okay? Other things I have here, let's see, what else haven't I shared with you? Dates is a really lovely, you can have it as a snack, mid-snack. With the dates, even though, yes, it's natural sugar, there's no added sugar in it, you can put peanut butter, like a teaspoon of peanut butter in it, and enjoy it, right? You can sprinkle coconut flakes. So there's a lot you can do with it. Here, there are wraps. This is a protein wrap. I haven't tried this one, I must admit. I saw this in the store and I'm going to explore it. But I like that it's 15 grams. Oh my gosh, one wrap is 15 grams. Again, we are supposed to eat, provided you don't have any chronic conditions or kidney issues, we're really supposed to eat about, one, in terms of how much per your weight, your pound, how many pounds you are, at least 1 for 1. So an average about 100 grams of protein, but we don't eat enough protein. And when we don't eat protein, then we're already losing muscle. So protein will really help to replenish our muscle, and it keeps us full too, right? So this I'm looking forward to exploring. It has 5 grams of fiber. It has 15 grams of protein, no added sugar. So you can put lettuce in here. You can put, I'm really doing my best to stay away. I'm not really a cheese person. My kids love cheese, but I'm really trying to convert them into healthier cheese. Like they like pepper jack cheese, but this one is a vegan one. There's some almond cheese. So again, it's just exploring and just seeing what works best for you. Okay, you have to track your numbers, check your cholesterol, check your A1C. But the more you eat your fiber, the more you eat your protein, the more you eat your veggies, rich, a high plant-based diet, you're going to see prevention of chronic disease. You're going to see real treatment, and you're even going to see you can reverse some of these chronic diseases. It's been shown in several studies. Now, the last few things I want to share with you is edamame. This is something that I've taken a liking to. It's a high protein source. It has iron in it, lots of fiber. You can air fry it, sprinkle it with your seasonings. Seasonings are excellent. I enjoy this. It can be a snack. You can have it with your sandwich. Again, everything is about portions, right? So know your portions. Tofu is also a nice one. I know there's been some controversy about tofu, but there's no studies that have actually confirmed that it causes breast cancer. So before you just listen to anybody, even including me, or even as a family physician and triple certified in lifestyle and obesity medicine, verify what you're listening to. See if there's science behind it, if it's backed up. I have not seen anything that clearly confirms that eating soy, unless you're allergic to it, is going to cause cancer. Some people say that it causes breast cancer, but I enjoy eating my tofu. I saute it with my veggies, right? And again, if you're busy and you don't have time to chop, you can buy chopped ones. All right, what else do I have here? You definitely want to avoid eating all the processed meats because they've been shown to be carcinogenic. And This I got from Trader Joe's. It says uncured turkey bacon. So definitely avoid any high processed meats, pork, lamb, all those other things have high cholesterol levels. And that is the number one way that we get dietary cholesterol, right? So it's through our animal products as well as just any animal product. But with this, it says 94% fat free. It claims that it's minimally processed, no nitrites added. So my kids like this. I would say it's the healthiest version of any of the ones out there. So we used to eat hot dogs, we used to eat pastries, we used to eat all those things, but we have since learned, and once you know better, you do better. So that's this, and I think that's all I have here. But there's some that I left out. Oh, there's one that I learned that we've done, rice cakes. Rice cakes, if you get the whole grain rather, with high fiber, you can plaster a teaspoon of teaspoon of peanut butter or almond butter over it, and you can put your veggies in it. There's just so much that you can do. So I mean, with everything here, I've probably given you like 7 ideas of healthy breakfast, but you have to be very strategic about how you make your breakfast. If you have to do it overnight, if you have to do it on the weekend, if you have to have it chopped over the weekend, so you just quickly pick and go. I've seen people have like 5 bowls, and then they pour amount of yogurt that they're going to have, and then the veggies and the peanut butter, and then they just pick and go. Some people make their oatmeals overnight. Some people we make our bars. We make our oatmeal bar, and then we slice it in the morning and heat it up and go. So again, once there's a will, there's a way. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, something I didn't talk about is my flour. Again, your flour has to be whole grain. So this is a whole wheat flour. My son wasn't particularly excited when we started using this, but now he enjoys it. He wanted to buy all-purpose flour, which is so, they say it's bleached or unbleached, So avoid those. You want things that your body can recognize properly. This has 5 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. So there we have it. I'm sure you're wondering, what is this? This is coffee. My husband loves coffee. I am not a coffee drinker, but we're trying to stay away from going to the gas station. So I got this from him, and we bought our own creamer. The creamer might have a little sugar, but actually it says 3 grams. So again, play around with it. I have maple syrup. Some people, if you know that this would take you down a roller coaster, then don't use it. If it's gonna, I just use a tap of it. I tend to use more honey, and then there's monk fruit. Where's my monk fruit? Monk fruit I use, and I use stevia. All right, you'd be amazed how much sugar is in condiments. So always be a label reader. It's really, really going to save you, save your health, save your family health. So again, this is not just for adults, it's for kids as well. Please, 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 let us just decrease this prevalence of chronic lifestyle related diseases, which the main culprit for it is poor nutrition. So I know we can do it. We deserve to live at our finest by being whole, vibrant, and healthy. Take care. God bless.